We can't afford to be so reckless, Jacaro. Losing Theran is bad enough. What if we lost you too?
Now, everyone, stay calm. Queen Lena of Onderon once faced a similar predicament, and her solution was quite creative.
What's going on?
He was captured. The Novablade's data listed a Revanite safe house here in town, and when we tried to investigate... Theran is the only one the Revanites saw. They may not know about the rest of us. If so, we need to maintain that advantage.
Never knew we were here.
It looks that way. It's possible he may have sensed our presence. I couldn't say for sure.
Made a tough call, but I think it was probably the right one.
Between the two of you, there was no hope of rescuing him? I don't buy that for a second.
That's not the point. Whether we saved him or not, the attempt would have revealed us to the enemy, and then we'd be running now instead of completing our mission.
I really think you're all much too worried. They took him alive. That's a good sign. They're probably just torturing him a bit. Maybe doing some interrogation, where he could tell them about us. Oh no.
That won't be an issue. Theran has several discrete implants to help him ignore pain and chemical manipulation.
A powerful Force user may still be able to learn what he knows.
I've never been able to... Yes, I've tried. I'm sure it's no surprise. Theran's mind is highly ordered, very resolute, probably due to his childhood training by the Jedi. He'll keep our secrets, and we will rescue him. But right now, we need to focus and think it all through, just like he would.
You're right. We need to stick to the mission. When we find the Revanites, we'll find Theran.
Precisely. If we're fortunate, he may even learn a bit about their plans.
Where do you stand on this, D4?
Me? No one ever asked my opinion. Not even the hairy lug here. You honor me. Jacaro does make an excellent point, but then so does Miss Beniko. Ultimately, I think we should go after Agent Sean, as it will allow us to plow through as many Revanites as possible.
Hopefully you fared better with the Mandalorians.
Revan has a fleet of warships on standby.
Oh, a hidden fleet. Pirates altering shipping lanes. That's it. They aren't just affecting the shipping lanes, they're also changing Imperial and Republic patrol paths.
Revan is trying to draw them into a battle.
Here, over Rishi. With his own ships in the mix, both fleets could be devastated.
That must be his goal. Weakening both sides so that he can make his own play.
We have to find some way to interfere.
I know where to find them! After they caught Theran, I intercepted their transmissions. After that, triangulating their base was a simple calculation. I completed it almost 87 seconds ago. They're on a small island not far from here. The native Rishi have a trading village on the same island. I'm sure they'd give us comfortable lodging.
Then let's go.
We need to clean up any trail we might have left here. You go on, we'll meet you shortly.
Oh, I used to love cleaning.
Everything you just heard, it's important. Remember it. But it can wait a little while. There's something I want you to see.
Who's there?
Follow your feelings, and you'll find it. Up here, you know. And I mean here, this house, not just Rishi. Of course, I was young when the Jedi found me. Don't remember much more than the walls, a blanket and a few friendly faces.
Master Orcus.
But it seemed as good a place as any to visit one last time. Hello, Padawan. Got time for a final lesson from an old friend?
It's good to see you, Master. Any lesson you have to share, you know I'll listen.
Whether you'll act on it is something else, It's good to see you too. Since you set out to defeat the Emperor, you've been fighting almost non-stop. You've been waist-deep in dirt and fear and blood. Since the Emperor's fall, the war's only gotten uglier, and there are dark times coming for the galaxy and for you.
You've sensed what's to come?
Just a little. And I'm worried you'll forget why you're fighting. Defending the Republic, vanquishing the Sith, those are tools a Jedi uses in the service of life, of people, not ends unto themselves.
Every day I face pain. I inflict suffering, out of necessity, on those we call the enemy. It eats at you.
That's the nature of war. I went through it too. I want to help you reconnect. We're going to take a little time, help the people of Rishi. Folks eking out a living, good and bad, living in fear of guns and pirates. You're going to make their lives better, as only you can. You're going to feel why you're a Jedi.
I can think of no better way to spend my time here. Where do we begin?
There are a lot of people without homes on Rishi. Those people are catching Tamaman fever. On Corellia, they'd cure it for free. Here, no one much cares. No one but you. Your doc can treat a person in minutes. You've got a ship packed with food and medicine.
I understand.
Yes, you do. No Sith Lords, no ancient evils this time. Just doing a bit of good. Too weak to talk, but he'll remember this. Not only that, in a few months he'll be back on his feet. He's a gambler, a con man. But he'll do what it takes to stop the fever on Rishi. This one won't remember you. Don't take it personal. But he will bring joy back into his wife's life. She'll be stronger for it, and she'll build a stronger community. You've changed a lot of lives. But we're not done yet. The monsoon battles protect the spaceport during the wet season. Or they're supposed to when they're not broke. Pirates just take shelter, but everyone else spends months wading through water, miserable and struggling. What do you suppose they'd use those months for if they weren't hurting? You've got technical training and one of the best astromechs in the galaxy. See what you can do about it. Wet season's going to be better next year. Folks will work better, eat better. They'll have time to sit and talk and dream of a better future. You can do that when you're not scrambling to survive. One more job for you. Give you a little exercise. Gang war years back left a lot of buildings in ruin. All that rubble's still there. Scrap hauler droids could do the job in hours, but scrap haulers are a luxury for these people. A Jedi with a lightsaber and the Force Dome. You could clean it up easy. Doesn't look like much, does it? But I asked you to do this for a reason. Better town, cleaner town, gives people pride, gives a sense of control. But it's also practical. Neighborhoods grow like gardens. They need space. They need to intertwine. You're pulling weeds. How far will the good you've done go? You've changed a lot of lives here and there. Those lives will affect others. Ripples can become a tsunami. Next year will be better. But in 10 years, these people will send the pirates packing, those who don't settle down. In a century, Rishi will thrive. The locals will live in harmony with life and nature. It started today, with you. They won't remember, but be proud.
Master Orcus?
You know, when I died, strange to say that, it wasn't my victories that gave me comfort. It was all their faces, the people I'd helped, the people I'd served, made the pain forgettable. Suppose you last long enough to see the war end. How will you live? How will you find comfort when your time finally comes?
With or without the war, I'll serve the Order as long as I can. That means following the code and fighting if I have to. The Republic will always need Jedi.
Good friend of mine always dreamed of dying in a shop holdup on Coruscant. There's always something to fight for. What we did today, I lied a bit. It wasn't just about helping Rishi or reminding you why you fight. It was about healing an old scar you've almost forgotten. One that still aches inside you.
The Emperor.
You were under his control. His darkness soaked through to your spirit. When we freed you, you pushed the memories of his training down deep. I can bring those memories back. You're strong enough to handle them. Let the light cure them and make you whole.
I stood against the Emperor on Dromund Kaas. I don't fear him in my memories.
Nor should you. Fear only leads to hate. Today on Rishi, you felt love.
I am whole.
Then it's my time to go.
Thank you, Master Orcus, for all you've done for me. May it bring you peace.
It already has. You won't see me again, Padawan, but you won't have to. You won't be alone in the dark days to come. The Force will be with you always.
Greetings. We watched you fighting on the beach. The other off-worlders were very unkind. We are much friendlier. Have you come to trade? Do you need lodgings? Outsiders are always welcome here.
You seem a little too friendly to be believed.
We've been told our ways are strange, but we don't see why that should be so. Shouldn't everyone be kind to neighbors and guests? An entirely new off-worlder. We've never encountered your language. Please, speak more.
Oh, there's no need for that, I assure you. I can speak quite well for both of us. Allow me to introduce...
The second head speaks too. I assumed it was decorative. How fascinating.
You mentioned the other off-worlders earlier. The ones who attacked me. What do you know about them?
We don't know much. I'm afraid they usually avoid us. It seems a little rude, but we know that our ways are different. They have some camps on the island. They wear different colors, dark in one, light in the other, but they all work together, like you.
Revenites. Some from the Republic, some from the Empire.
I think you're right. I'm still going over the data Theran decoded from the Nova Blades. Go to those camps and interfere any way you can.
Save the reading for later. It'd be nice to have you along for once.
I'd like to, but I really don't think you'll need my help. My time is better spent here. May the Force serve you well.
Be patient, Sergeant, but be ready. As soon as we have word from Revan, our work begins.
Lord Ivris, sir, it's...
The Emperor's wrath. Here. We're found out. I suppose Darth Mar sent you to fight his battle for him. Seems his usual way. No, better still. You learned about us and thought Mar could be in on it. You're here on your own. We have the upper hand.
You might think you're in a position of strength, but this very second your Republic friends are plotting to take you down.
Like me, they are resolute in their beliefs. They won't falter.
Meaning you don't even have a contingency plan in place. What if the sworn enemies camped right next to you decide to revert to type?
She makes an excellent point, my lord.
It does seem we've been less than a step ahead for some time now. Our position at our heels and in the shadows. You'll get no further resistance from me. I can't vouch for every last Imperial Revanite, of course, but I can speak for those present.
What do you intend to do about the others?
Captain Milanek and his subordinates? I'll have my people look into your claims. You may well be right about them.
All right, you're here. You got us. What's it gonna be, Jedi? Did you come to spout your narrow-minded drivel? Or do you have something more permanent in mind?
If you didn't want to hear my drivel, you'd have opened fire already. You want to talk this through.
We don't have anything to talk about. We've sworn to overthrow the governments who've kept the galaxy divided for so long. To end this war. How can you possibly justify standing in our way?
You're betraying the Republic, causing thousands of deaths, all on the word of a single madman.
Revan sees through the lies. He knows how to save the galaxy.
From what? War? Revan's been fighting this war for centuries. He's obsessed with it. The man you're following says he's going to save us all. But he's manipulating and killing quite a lot of us along the way. Will there be anyone left to save when he's done?
I don't know. What do you want from me? Huh? Why are you saying all of this?
I believe you want to do what's right. And if you go back to the Republic, you still can.
You're serious? Just like that, huh? After everything that's happened?
Why not?
This is crazy. All right. I can't speak for everyone, but I'll give the Republic one last shot. We're with you, Cap. Thanks. For all this. And good luck.
You're back. The Rishi told us about some disturbances in the camps.
I dealt with them both. Theran is being held in another Revanite stronghold nearby. Do we know anything about it?
The Valley facility? We just learned about it ourselves. The Rishi tell us there are quite a few starships hidden in the vicinity.
Revan's fleet.
Precisely. And according to the Nova Blade's data logs, his plan is moving swiftly. Fleets from the Empire and Republic are approaching as we speak. These aren't just small patrol groups. Both navies have gathered their most powerful warships. They're being overseen directly by Darth Mar and Satil Shan.
I've worked with Master Satil before. I could contact her with a warning. I'm sure she'd listen.
They've been attempting to send messages to both sides, but they aren't getting through. If we ever do raise them, I'll patch you through immediately.
What do we know about the Revanite facility?
It seems to be their primary operating center on Rishi. Heavy security with only one clear path of approach. You'll have to attack straight on if we're to have any hope of rescuing Theran and stopping this fleet battle.
Then that's what I'll do.
We'll assist you any way that we can. May the Force serve you well. Find a communications terminal and activate it. I'll attempt to splice in remotely. And in. Theran's toys make all of this slicing much simpler than I'd imagined.
Can you find any hard data on his location?
Let's see. Here we are. Recorded interrogation sessions. Coordinates are included. I'll forward them along.
What about Revan?
No information either way. I'd advise caution.
Another pointless attack.
Where's Theran?
He and I have had some interesting conversations. My own flesh and blood, completely blind to the sacrifices I've made. I've struggled for centuries to preserve the galaxy, to protect future generations from the most destructive evil that's ever existed. How can none of you see this?
You mean the Emperor, don't you? He's dead. I struck him down myself.
So I've heard.
You're here. Come on, we have to go. Now.
Theran?
Escaped all on your own. I hoped I would have more time to make you see.
He's got a signal jammer that's blocking all starship communications in the Rishi system. The fleets will come out of hyperspace practically on top of each other. No coordination, saboteurs in every crew. It'll be a massacre.
And at last, the board will be cleared of distractions.
Self-destruct sequence. Come on, we've got to go.
Look out!
Hello? Is everyone all right?
Lana? You shut down the self-destruct?
I'm beginning to get the hang of this slicing business.
I've created a monster.
You should hurry back. The Republic and Imperial fleets will be arriving very soon.
I'll return immediately.
I'll meet you there. Need to grab a few things on the way out. Attacking from the air is pointless. The anti-air defenses are much too thick.
I'm afraid of them, doesn't that count? What are our other options?
I think a surface attack is our only real shot at taking the jammer down.
Leave that to me.
Perfect. We'll arrange transportation for you.
You've got to move fast. The fleets are going to be dropping out of hyperspace any second now. The longer we take... the longer we take, the more we'll lose.
You don't sound good, Theran. Shouldn't you be in a Kolto tank instead of planning missions?
Probably, but there's no time. I need to finish slicing the last of these Nova Blade files. They have data on every ship with Revanite infiltrators aboard. As soon as the jamming clears, we'll have to broadcast everything we've got to convince the fleets to cease fire and lock up the Revanites and their crews. One last thing since Lana stepped out. Watch your back. I'm starting to think my little visit to the Revanites might have been her idea.
You think she's working for the Revanites?
No, but I don't think she's putting all her cards on the table either. Just stay alert, all right?
This isn't the time to start dividing ourselves with suspicion. We have to stay united.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. We can sort it all out after that jammer's down. Good luck.